We think that was normal when that happened. No, that's not normal.
The story's not adding up. The story's not matching. Somebody's lying. Yo, what's good? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kewonis. I'm back with another video. Yeah. It's my first video in a long time, but about almost a week or two. Like my first official reaction video. It's been 2 weeks since I did like a reaction video. God damn. It feel good to be back though. I'm like, I was missing it when I was at work. I was like, damn, I miss doing my YouTube. But shit, I had to make some money and shit. But yeah, man. Today's one was reacting to cops. Suspect missing grandmother was chopped up and grilled by her own family. What the fuck? Oh, hell yeah. Because the reason I'm reacting to this video because one of my supporters talk about they want to see more true crime videos. So I was like, I'm getting more true crime videos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to you. She one of my main supporters. Yeah, I love you. You know who you are. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to this video. Let's get it.
May 27th, 2023. It's a quiet summer afternoon in this Maryland neighborhood. But when a neighbor spots a plume of black smoke rising into the air from the brush in a nearby house's backyard, they call the fire department. The fire department arrives to investigate, but by then the fire has burned out and there's no sign of any arsonists. Little do they know that 4 days earlier, this house that looks just like all the rest was the scene of something like a horror movie.
Woman allegedly killed and dismembered by her daughter and granddaughter. It's a case that is stopping everyone in their tracks.
Burned and dismembered her body into more than 67 pieces.
This is Celia Hardy. She's 19, and she says that her grandmother's screams aren't all that unusual.
She always screams, like when she used to fall, and so she always screams so.
Now, who want to do that to their grandmother? What the fuck? It's a cruel ass world.
So we found pieces of her body, pieces like chopped up, like somebody's body was chopped up, in bags in the house. I can't say for sure that it's your grandmother. I don't know whose body it is or who else's body is in the house.
But her grandmother, 71-year-old Margaret Craig, hasn't been seen since. When the police get involved, they'll discover that this apparent missing persons case is far from ordinary.
I know she went missing twice last year, and in January she did the same thing. No, she came back the third day.
And y'all seem so fucking calm about this shit though. Cause if my motherfucking mama missing, bitch, I feel like look every fucking way. I'm like, what the fuck my mama at? They too motherfucking calm for me.
She never said what she was or anything, and I kept on asking, she didn't want to tell me.
A grandmother's scream, a smoking grill, and a chainsaw bought from Amazon. Here on the decoder, with never before seen interview footage, this is the disturbing story of the disappearance of Margaret Craig. She's known affectionately as Auntie Joyce among her relatives. As she got older, she began experiencing health issues. She'd recently suffered multiple strokes, and as a result, she needed long-term care. Her nurse was her daughter, 44-year-old Candace, living under the same roof and spending almost all their time together. Candace was dedicated to looking after her mother. She seems to have been the perfect daughter to the perfect mom. As a result, anyone would think she'd be distraught at the idea her mom had gone missing and that she'd contact the authorities as soon as she could. But it doesn't work out quite that way.
Exactly.
On May
Too
31st,
calm.
one of Margaret's nephews drives over to the house. She hasn't been returning his calls for a week now. Having had so many medical emergencies in the past, her relatives are terrified that the next one will be her last. When no one answers his knock on the door, he calls the police. He messages Candace at the same time. He says, "I'm on the phone with the police. They are doing a wellness check. Sorry to scare you, but this is not normal." She responds with a thumbs up. When she finally comes to the door, she tells the family members that are gathered there that Margaret's gone to a friend's house. She says she'll go to the police once 72 hours has passed, not before. This is convincing enough that the responding officer leaves without taking any action. Margaret is an adult, after all. Even if she's a vulnerable one, Candace's words are enough for the police. But not for Margaret's family. One of them, at least, is still concerned enough that 2 days later, on June 2nd, they call 911 again.
Here's how I got rid of bed bugs for less than
Bed
$50.
bugs.
You know, I always thought our home was clean.
You know, somebody did come forward and contacted the police department and asked the police to do a welfare check.
Officers respond to Margaret's address at 1:37 p.m. Candace answers the door and lets the cops in, seemingly ignorant that there's anything to worry about. It hasn't yet been 72 hours, after all, since she last saw her ailing mother, at least according to her. But what the
I'm not gonna lie, my mom miss. I'm telling you, I was gonna be trying to look hell well. Man, she too damn calm for me, bro. Like, come on, man. The police, I think the police already know what the fuck is going on because she too fucking calm about her missing mother. Every time it's like calm about some shit like that, they end up doing it. They end up doing that shit, bro. Hell no. Especially your mother.
Discovered inside the house will throw everything into question, including the devoted daughter's claims.
I feel bad for the baby girl.
Or is the truth something worse?
She forced
the investigators sit down with both Candace and her daughter, Celia. They want to know when exactly they last saw Margaret, in what circumstances, and what they think might have happened to their beloved mother and grandmother. Candace is visibly in pain before the investigator comes in to talk to her. She's recently had issues with her back and went to the ER for it about a month ago. Has something she's done recently, some physical activity, like heavy lifting, aggravated the issue again? It's body language like this that will be key in her interview. Pressure from family members, the community, and the media is mounting.
That's what her body hurt.
Find out if Candace and her daughter's stories match up.
Basic information. What did you show that? Great. Who do you live with in that house? Oh, my grandmother, my mother, and my mother's boyfriend. Oh, what's his name? How long have you been living in the house with y'all? 2 years. 2 years.
The investigators can tell Celia has something to say.
So when was the last time you seen your grandmother? On Tuesday, when I had to go to work. And you saw her last on, around what time was you went to work? Was it 11:30 in the morning? Yeah, before I went to work. Was she okay? Like, was it? I had to check on her to let her know I was coming. Where was she at? She was in her room? Yeah. When you say you checked on her, was something wrong with her? No, I thought she was just sleeping. Okay. So I know that your mother's missing. What is, kind of fill me into what's going on? My daughter saw her on Tuesday. She said she was in the bathroom, jumping her closet bag, and she heard grandma come out her room, and then she went out the front door. And then when she went out the bathroom, she realized the front door was open, so she knew she had to leave. But she didn't see her leave, but she knew she heard her. So Sarah saw her Tuesday, May 29th. Yeah, before she went to work.
So far, so good. Both mother and daughter concur that the last time Margaret was seen was on Tuesday, 3 days earlier, May 30th.
And you said you last saw your mother on Monday? Yeah, we put some stuff on the grill and took some food to her room. When did you see her? In the house. Yeah, we took some food to her bedroom. Yeah, put some hamburgers on the grill and chicken. What is the condition of your mom? She had a couple strokes, diabetic. She was showing signs of early dementia, but not really diagnosed.
I kind of figured that she was had some type of dementia because they did say she was like gonna look with I forgot what the fuck they said. I forgot. Let's watch this video.
Never diagnosed her. She didn't want to go.
As Candace is talking about her mother's condition, we observe her touching her neck and her back again, like she can't get comfortable. This is a stressful situation, and she's only making her mother sound more vulnerable. Perhaps, conveniently, the undiagnosed dementia is something no doctor can confirm.
Right.
You know about her personal life right there. Like anything going on in the house, so issues. With what?
Celia, meanwhile, focuses less on her grandmother's medical issues and more on her family's personal ones.
What was the condition you saw on Monday? She was quiet all day on Monday. She basically stayed in the room. She didn't really do anything. That was it. She was in the bed. It was quiet. Like the last couple days, she was just quiet. It was like you can hear her on the phone talking, and then she would just start crying when she gets off the phone, like she was depressed. And I kept on telling her, you need to tell your family how you're feeling. And she didn't want them to know certain things, and she was like quiet.
So where do you think she don't drive, right?
No.
Well, she didn't drive. Where do you think she went?
I have no idea. Normally, if she was to go somewhere, she'll ask me. But I went to the ER the first week of May, so got my spine, so I haven't been driving that much. But normally, she'll call her brother-in-law.
You got a lot going on with you, huh?
They didn't pick her up that day. And my dad is really not concerned. He's thinking that she's with some man. I said, no, if she was with some man, she would have told me. So I don't think that's the case. But he's like, oh, she'll pop up.
Candace is downplaying her lack of concern now, but just next door, Celia is undermining her mother's story.
But is that normal for you? Like if you came home and didn't see your grandmother for 3 or 4 days, would you think that was normal or that abnormal? No, that's not normal.
The story's not adding up. The story's not matching. Somebody's lying. What's the video?
She's telling me how she did it before, but I've never seen she did it before. Okay, but normally you're seeing her every day when you come home from work or when you're leaving her. Yeah. So you must be in her room all the time. Where did your mom say she went? Oh, she don't know. So she didn't say she went to a friend's house or anything?
So who reported her missing?
Today, I don't know. I know she went missing twice last year, and then January she did the same thing. And
Was there a report for that?
no, she came back the 3rd day, but she never said what she was or anything. And I kept on asking, she didn't want to tell me. But she came back the 3rd day. I don't know who made the report today. So me and my cousin were supposed to go to the police station today to file a report. So Wednesday the police came to the house. I think one of my cousins called, so they came to the house and they looked around, and I told them about the history of her being gone, and they was like, well, I will wait out 72 hours to see if she came back, and that's the reason why I was going to file today.
A random IT guy once told me the scariest thing about Max. He said, the damage is already happening before you ever noted.
When was the last time you spoke to your mom over the phone?
She texted me one day to come down and open a bottle of water, but that was about it. And usually when she texts, she never responds hardly. And she needs me, she'll come by the step and she'll call my name. And she'll bang on the wall.
Text you on Monday.
No, that's her cell phone, not the house phone. She'll call me from the house phone if she needs me.
Until now, all of Candace's story has been anecdotal, but a text is something they can check against phone records. They can see if a text was sent from Margaret's phone on Monday, May 29th, but they can't know if it was Margaret herself who sent it.
Right.
You guys here.
She probably texted herself and shit.
Today, I was in the basement cleaning up my daughter's colostomy bag, Soraya. She had a mess over the place. And there was a knock on the door. And then the officer, someone reported her missing. And he came in and he looked around the place, and that was it. So they had me upstairs in the room. They didn't allow anybody to come in the house or to leave the house. I'm here. When I talked to the police officer, he said they were going to ask me questions about the last time I was seeing my mom and stuff like that.
The investigator tries to determine what this partially disabled 71-year-old might have taken with her if she left the house of her own accord.
Does it seem strange that I know that you said previously, she did it twice or 3 times in the past, but this has been for about 5 days. So this doesn't seem strange to you?
Yeah, it definitely seems strange.
So I'm thinking, okay, she's gonna pop up.
But not 5 days though. But I'm not gonna lie, your mom and y'all normally in the same house together, and you haven't heard from her in 5 days. Y'all live in the same house. And she never come home in 5 days. And you know the condition that she in? Come on now. Watch this video.
At the end of the day, but that never happens. I said if she doesn't pop up, I told some family members, if she's not here by 72 hours, I'm going to file a report.
That's way over 72 hours.
Home, the second day or third day.
She'd need money too if she'd taken off.
So, do you have access to your mom's account or anything like that?
Yeah.
So have you noticed in the last 4 or 5 days any like normal transactions?
She has not made money. She doesn't have a credit card, so it's nothing. And she can't remember her passwords. Her book, which she has on her passwords, was on the bed.
Like what kind of account?
Capital One.
She has Capital One.
Yes.
And you haven't noticed any transactions on her Capital One card?
She too calm for me.
Transactions that was made, that I made them. She didn't make anything.
It's becoming clear here that Candace is the closest person in the world to her mom, who's separated from her husband and has no other children. If she doesn't know
damn,
who
on
her
the child
wife is, with access to her bank accounts and knowledge of everything happening in her life, then who does? But Candace is continuing to emphasize her mother's poor mental well-being.
How would you describe your relationship with your mom?
We're close. She calls on me for everything. She probably is not happy.
Because you are only child.
The choice that I made, like she wanted me to continue school. She probably had disappointments about that. But other than that, she calls on me every day. Anytime she needs something, it's me. I guess my mother and daughter relationship, I should say.
You mean like my mother and her relationship?
Not really.
It's okay.
Like, I mean, outside of like, the regular family argument, like just
I've been hearing my mother and people have money too.
Is she unemployed?
Yeah.
The daughter said that the mother be taking the grandmother's money because she unemployed. I believe the daughter.
Is she unemployed?
She started working, I say, some years now. More than 2 years.
More than 2 years?
But I don't know how.
Okay.
Talia again agrees with her mom's account, but she goes even further. Candace's lack of employment has been a source of tension in the house.
You want to been violent or anything, or?
No, never.
Okay.
I don't have her yelling or doing yoga or anything like that. I know, like, my grandmother, she calls my mother and like, every day she just feels feelings for, like, why should we call her and
Okay.
Now, hold on a minute. We've been talking about a missing elderly lady, confused and depressed with likely undiagnosed dementia, according to her daughter. Only now, the investigators are asking about violence. There's something else going on here.
So she calls you every day, and at this point, you're not concerned, even though you typically talk to her daily. And here it is, it's been 4 days, 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
That's within 72 hours, I was going to report. So I said if I didn't hear from her by 72 hours, yes, I'll file. That's when my concern will kick in.
So we have some investigators that are at the house now. They conducted they got a court ordered search warrant to search the house. So they're doing that now.
Candace's face looks stricken. She's shaken to her core. But why? If it's because they're searching her house, what is she so afraid they'll find? Little does she know, they've already found it.
Right now,
I feel like police be asking questions because they know the answer to it. They're trying to see would you lie to it. That's tell the truth, man, because people be knowing. That's why most people ask questions, because they already know the answer to it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to see would you lie. That's a video.
We found a body, this everything. So we found pieces of her body. Pieces like chopped up, like somebody's body was chopped up, in bags, in the house. I can't say for sure that it's your grandmother. I don't know whose body it is. I don't know whose body was in the house, but she was here at this point. We'll get her. We'll get whoever is identified, but more than likely, with police officers and everybody thinks they haven't seen her. He probably is her. So that's where I'm a homicide.
Dumb, y'all.
So that's why I'm asking you the questions along the lines of like, what is like, if it got to a point where it got so like to the point where it maybe it got so violent, you know what I'm saying? So because the thing is that it would make any sense for us to find like, you know, the black pieces of bags.
How you like me now?
In the house.
Let's go back to the moment earlier this same day when the police arrived at Margaret's address for the welfare check. It's just after lunchtime, and they're expecting it to be little more than a routine visit. The trail, if there is a trail, will surely lead them out and away from the house. But it doesn't. The second Candace lets them in, they notice a strange smell lingering in the air. The smell is that of decaying human flesh. They also spot 3 white plastic trash bags on the floor of the basement. Around these, they see bloodstains. One of the bags is open, and it visibly contains human brain matter. There's a knife lying on the floor beside it. Candace Craig has just let the cops into a murder scene. As the officers search the house, they also find a chainsaw cover, cutting utensils, and cleaning materials. Finally, they discover the chainsaw itself. It doesn't take much of a leap of the imagination to realize what horrible purpose that chainsaw had. A neighbor approaches the police, seeing them roping the house off as a crime scene.
They had like a little table with one of the umbrellas. They had that out there. They had the grill.
In hindsight, they think that what Candace and Celia were burning was human remains. Candace isn't going to crack.
It's the same thing that happened to somebody I know, man. It's the same thing that happened to somebody I just know happened last year. It's like, with it, I feel like she killed her for money reasons, man. For money, bro.
So the investigators focus
that's why y'all know just
weaker
got killed for stuff for something like this.
The
same reason.
More than likely it probably is. You know, who else was chopped up, you know, in the basement. So it's really the piece of her body and that's what, you know, at this point, that's what we're investigating a murder at this point.
A sudden revelation of the depth
think?
of the police's knowledge like this can often make a suspect fall apart. And Celia is no exception. She starts telling the truth immediately.
So if you can think of anything, let me know.
I know I heard my brother scream.
What was this?
This was Monday. Now I know I heard scream. But she always screams. Like when she used to fall and stuff, she would always scream. So I asked my mother what is that. She said that they used to go something or something else, but all I heard was a scream. So I really don't know.
So you heard her scream on Monday night and then you woke up, or was you in your room?
I was in the room.
Oh, so you was already up in your room? And then you came out of your room back?
No, my mom, she came in my room. I was like, who's that screaming? She was like, bringing on something over, but it didn't sound like bringing on paper or something, because he was in the basement, you know, I couldn't really hear anything.
So you heard her scream basically from her room, and then your mother came in your room, and shortly after, and she said that it was Benny had knocked over something. And you said things like about it.
Yeah, because she always, when she falls, she screams.
The investigator knows she's starting to get somewhere. In order to encourage this confessional spirit, she offers Celia some food or drink, like a reward.
Water.
That's how they get you.
Anything like that. We have snacks and stuff. What do you eat? Like regular anything? Okay. I remember that.
Then she leaves Celia alone for a moment to stew in her thoughts. Look at her body language here. The reality of what's happening is slowly sinking in. She's resorting to self-soothing, hugging herself for comfort. She looks at the cuffs attached to the walls, like she's contemplating the very real possibility of future prison time. Her only hope is cooperation with the cops. Like she's resigned to this, she takes the fruit cup the investigator gave her and opens it. She she's going to try to take charge of her future now, even if that means turning on her mom.
I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, god damn, bro. I know she feel bad because she gotta let her mom out. I feel like most cops do these interrogations because, like I said before, they be knowing the truth already. They just want to see what you lie about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hurt when you gotta do this to your people. But hey, your mama's a criminal. Shit, she killed your grandma. You know what I'm saying? You doing the right thing by law, but street, they would, you know, they say this is, but who came up with that damn rule, bro? Who came up with that rule? This is they crazy.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. So you said that you heard your grandmother scream on Monday night, but you still saw her on Tuesday morning? And you're sure that you feel that she was snoring and not like, and you just didn't like hear
I heard a noise, but so I guess she was snoring.
Okay, so you're
I told her that I was being naughty.
No, she kind of come up with her words now.
So she very well could have not been alive at that point.
She's trying to backtrack her words.
Back immerses you in a universe with that.
Okay, we got close. Okay.
Candace's story hinges
baby
on
girl.
her daughter having seen Margaret alive on Tuesday, but Celia didn't actually see her.
You know, like, I mean, it's one thing for a loved one to die from cancer or old age or whatever, but to have someone die, like, you know, where they're, like, chopped up, that's completely, you know what I mean, that's different, like, that's a different kind of suffering, you know what I'm saying, like, that's another, there's nothing natural about that. So that's why we're just trying to get to the bottom of this, like, of this story, because it's just like, you know, like, the smell of a dead body is very, very memorable.
Yes,
so,
definitely.
Like, in the house, like, in how we found her, or wherever this body is, how we found the body had this, like, was dead for at least 2, 3, 4 days, because, it was kind of decomposed. So
Y'all don't want to smell the decomposed body, because that shit is not.
It was not from what you learned on Monday, because, you know, it's now Friday. So a body, like, you know, chopped up or whatever, it would make sense. Like, you know, what you learned on Monday, it could have been like whatever was going on down there. So that would make sense. But if you're saying that you saw her on Tuesday, and seeing her sleeping, that part wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't go with how long that body would have been, like, in the bag, you know what I'm saying? We're just investigating this at this point, so we're looking for, you know, anything that you know, like, it's important. And even if it's something small that you might think, like, it might not matter, it would matter to us.
I was cooking my Amazon order. I saw she ordered a chainsaw.
On what day?
I looked back on the order.
Was it this week though?
Yes. I know she ordered a chainsaw.
But a chainsaw for what though? You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck you finna do with that chainsaw? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been, if I ever seen with my mom and somebody ordering a chainsaw, what you looking for? What are you looking at ordering a chainsaw for? I look at my mama in the sideways, but I know baby girl probably was scared to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Damn, what's the video? She in a sticky situation.
The detective clarifies what she already suspects. That Candace is the prime suspect here.
She's too calm for me.
Like rage fits. Is she violent?
I know my mother really did all these stuff, so she would like go stuff out of me and do like hard stuff. Like every time she do something at me, I would hold in the wall.
So he is pretty much have like fights between them, but never with your grandmother. Has Benny ever had any issues with your grandmother?
We observe Celia keeping her arms wrapped tightly around herself as she reveals how conditional her mother's love can be.
Today she really said to me, oh, I love you, I love you. So when she's telling me that she loves me, that means something really bad happened. Or she feels something.
Is that normal for her, or normally when something goes wrong?
Right, like, why would she be telling you that? That no matter what happens, I love you, la la la. I mean, you guilty about something. That mean you feel go down about something. That mean you did something that you're not supposed to be doing.
When was the last time she said that she was out?
Right.
What happened with that?
She learned these things already.
You just did something with that.
Because I know I would. Shit. Especially she said she barely loved me. Come on now. I'll put myself in that shoe, yeah.
She told my both my sisters the same thing. She loved them and stuff. So I just knew something was going wrong.
This is an obstacle to her cooperation. She doesn't want to betray her mom. The investigator tries
That's
to
what I'm saying. She in a
situation.
stick
We don't go
situation.
back and forth about, we'll go to your mom, like, okay, we're doing this, that information. We respect your mom, tell her story, and then after she's finished telling us, like, we'll ask questions, and like, hey, so you didn't tell nobody in the basement, and then you leave it at that, and then we just talk at the table, and that's it.
And so then when I walked the floor, like this, something, but I don't know what type of smell that was.
You never smelled it before?
No, it's a bad smell.
It just stunk?
Yeah, it's like the whole basement living room.
It just stunk.
And I realized the carpet was gone.
Oh, wow. Oh.
It just disappeared.
Trying to cover up for them blood stains. That's why they got rid of that carpet. Trying to press with
The
floors.
smell of a corpse is obvious. So obvious that the police didn't need to be in the house for more than a few moments that day to realize what they'd walked into. The investigator tried to impress this upon Celia.
This whole old thing, between your mother telling you not to go to, that's why your grandmother's room, to seeing the carpet gone, to, you didn't say, anything for, where it was wrong, because, so your mother never at any point said, hey, this is what happened, so what I did.
I was trying to ask a question.
What did you ask me?
And you mentioned about and stuff like what she said, she didn't touch it.
Just lying to her.
And I know she went grilling,
Or like barbecue?
I was trying to grill.
Did I eat it? She just grew and didn't bring nothing.
She just grilled. I smelled it, but I just didn't see no.
But you didn't see no food in that one, So your cousin, I guess, came over running suspicious of the whole thing, because they're the ones who kind of initiated this whole thing anyway. Because I guess they couldn't get a hold of her. And then they came in and they went through the house, police came and found nothing. Did you never see those trash bags at the basement at all?
No.
They didn't smell it.
Celia's listing her mother's suspicious behaviors, but she's not quite revealing everything.
I'm asking what things were wrong between your mom and your grandmother to the point where it could have got, to the point where your grandmother ended up in a position where they might have ended up.
Money.
Physical altercation or altercation just went bad.
Because of money reasons.
You grandmother was seeing anybody else and nobody argued with that, you heard her, so. You shot her with 300 words. You think you heard her.
She probably shot her some. No, she didn't shoot her.
Okay, so it kind of something, they mentioned that the folks reported that, taking the mom were acting kind of weird that day. Kind of trying to get them out. No.
I was trying to get them to the
Is that your mom's like?
Yeah, we talked about what she was up to.
Okay.
And people doing her own things.
What's most clear is that Celia couldn't have failed to notice her grandmother being murdered right under her very nose. And when these dominoes fall, they all fall. She sketches out a horrifying sequence of events.
Sad, bro.
On May 23rd, the early hours of Tuesday morning, over a week earlier, Celia heard her grandmother scream. The next day, she found Margaret's remains in a blue bin in her bedroom. When she confronted her mother about this, Candace enlisted her help in dismembering Margaret's body using the chainsaw she'd purchased on Amazon. They tried to burn her remains on May 27th, the day the neighbors saw the fire. They also tried to grill her body parts, grilling pieces of chicken alongside them to try to disguise the smell. Candace had killed her mother by suffocating her with a trash bag.
It's work.
Then, with the help of her 19-year-old daughter, she tried to cover it up. It was a week later that Margaret's remains came to light. But why? By all accounts, she was a loving, caring daughter, dedicated to nursing her ailing mother. In just one night, all that had changed.
The mother and daughter have been charged in connection with murdering the family's grandmother.
I feel so bad for the little girl.
Dismembered by her daughter and granddaughter. It's a case that is stopping everyone in their tracks, and as Lex Juarez explains, it's posing a challenge for investigators too.
Margaret's bank account was active even after her death on May 23rd, buying a box of 13-gallon trash bags, paper towels, and a plastic drop cloth. The chainsaw purchase was also in Margaret's name. If Candace had used her mother's money to buy the items used to dispose of her body, what's to say she hadn't been using it while Margaret was still alive as well?
Right.
This was made.
They gave you proof right there that she was using it. Right there.
Tragically evident.
And plus, the granddaughter said the same thing. Like, she be using her money and stuff. Yeah, she said the same thing.
Series of phone calls made to Margaret's bank. In many calls, a woman who said she was Margaret Craig asked the bank to approve large purchases, such as a $211 pair of collectible sneakers, and wire money into Candace's account. In other calls, a woman who called herself Margaret, whose voice was notably different and older, pleaded for help. She'd been noticing strange purchases appearing on her statement from services she'd never used, like DoorDash and Lyft. This was the real Margaret, discovering that she'd been the victim of financial fraud. And the culprit was none other than her daughter. Celia confirms this.
Like, no beef or nothing in the house. Well, about you remember taking somebody with your money.
Yeah. And then sometimes my mother would go to the mission, and I go home and go and be like, where's the money at? And where's the phone?
Candace was systematically stealing from her own mother, who had a healthy retirement pot. Sometimes she'd even enlist her youngest daughter, who was 12, in the scheme, getting her to phone the bank for new debit cards. When Margaret finally realized what was going on and confronted her about it that fateful Monday night, Candace killed her. Candace denies all of this. She even tries to blame Celia and her middle daughter for the killing. But Celia
wait, what? Hold on, wait.
Her new debit cards.
Wait, what's the
When Margaret finally realized what was going on and confronted her about it that fateful Monday night, Candace killed her. Candace denies all of this. She even tries to blame Celia and her middle daughter.
You evil ass bitch. How the fuck would you blame your fucking daughter for some shit that you did? You hope you rot in hell, ho.
For the killing. But Celia knows
blame your daughter for that shit.
She pleads guilty to accessory after the fact and is sentenced to supervised probation for 5 years. In exchange, she takes the stand to testify against her mother. She tells the jury about the stealing and the confrontation and the
kids on the bus. What type
she
of town
tells
does
them
that
about
shit?
the burning and the grill and the chainsaw, all the different methods they tried and failed to hide what Candace had done. When asked why she helped cover up this heinous crime, Celia just replies, "Because my mother asked me." She must also undergo psychiatric and psychological evaluation and a drug and alcohol evaluation. She will live with her grandfather, Margaret's husband, in D.C. until she finds herself permanent housing. Candace, meanwhile, is found guilty. There are no mitigating factors in her life.
She was someone who worked hard all her life. She was providing for her grown daughter who was living with her, her grandchildren, and she even allowed her daughter's boyfriend to live in the home. So this is a giving, caring, loving, passionate, and understanding woman who was killed, who was asphyxiated by her daughter. And make no mistake, Miss Candace Craig absolutely committed this crime, and she is now being held accountable.
Good.
As a result, she's sentenced to life without possibility of parole. Today, she sits in prison, with her family still reeling from what she's done. Not just murder, but the murder of a vulnerable elderly person and a loving grandmother. What do you think about this tragic story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
It's just sad what people do for some damn money, bro.
Keep up with our channel, and we will see you very soon on The Decoder.
Crazy. That's some crazy shit to do, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Ooh, man, my bad for falling asleep or going to sleep because I've been working for 18 days straight and I'm tired. But yeah, it's crazy though, man, how this lovely woman was killed by the hands of her own daughter. You know what I'm saying? Be your own peoples, man. You gotta be careful, man. Yeah, man. You have to pick your thumbs up, don't give a thumbs down, cause y'all know why. You know, carry this too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll see you guys next video. I love y'all.